turning this to this. Stay tuned.
This is a very little production.
Okay, so welcome everyone. This is gonna be a dope tutorial. For one, this is my boy Russ, man. Really great guy, super athlete. I've been cutting him since high school. He played in high school at Bowie High School, played at Mizzou University, excuse me. He's played for the Bucks, played for the Chargers. He's a free agent right now, man, but dude is super cold. So let's get into it. Okay, so Russ has 4C hair, and what 4C hair is basically kinky curly hair. Basically, your hair texture winds up in a very tight coil. It's a great texture of hair. Sometimes most moms hate to comb it, African American moms, but it's a beautiful texture and it has great shrinkage. So sometimes this hair texture can give a barber difficulty if you don't know how to tame it or how to train it or how to cut it the correct way. But it's a beautiful curl pattern. His hair is super dope. You can tell not much heat has been placed on it. It's very organic and smooth. So I'm going to show you guys how to lay it down, how to comb it, how to just really make this hair nice and manageable after the cut, especially when a client like this or a client with this hair texture hasn't had a cut in a while. So you guys stay tuned, watch, and I'm going to give you so many great tips and details. And right now, if you can see, I'm cutting it down. And I like to play a game to see if I can cut it all off in one stroke without any falling off. So you guys watch and see if I can do that. And I'll be back in a second. Color and it can all fall off in one stroke like this. If your barber can't cut your hair off in one piece, bro, you need to go on it. This is meat right here, bro. This is grade A premium. See that curl pattern, man? Look at this premium curl. See that? It's pure organic. It ain't him though. He just got good genes, bro. He don't take care of his hair, so don't think I'm complimenting him. I'm the man, bro. Okay, so one more important note. Okay, as you can see, it skipped right to the bald. So I made a mistake and deleted the clip. That's the only clip I lost, basically, when I balded his hair out. So basically what I did was I took my Walls balder. Now I'm taking my Slimline Pro. I bald the hair. What I did was a slight drop. So basically the hair is going to, in the back of his head is going to be right underneath his occipital bone. And I basically curve it up around the temple, above the ears, to give it a nice drop look. That's the only thing we missed, and all I'm doing now is cleaning it up to make sure that it's bald. So everything else we have. So let's get to it. So now I'm taking my Andes Masters. I'm going to open them all the way up. His hair is untrained because it hasn't been this low in a while. So I'm going to open it maybe one notch, and I'm basically making my secondary line. Very smooth strokes. I don't want the line to be too thick, and I don't want it too thin because I want that blend to have a nice, smooth transition. As you can see, I'm stretching the hair because like I said, he has very curly hair. His hair can be resistant to the clippers sometimes, so what I do is I stretch the scalp to make it to where I can manipulate that hair much more easy. I'm going to start with the comb, but like I said, since his hair has been cutting so long, I'm going to have to train it, so I'm going to transition to my brush. Right now I have my Walls Magic Clip, and I'm basically taking that bottom line out to transition to that, from that ball to the hair. I have a lever open and close, basically whatever I need at the moment, but what I'm going to do is work that line out. I don't want to create a second line, so as you can see, I'm staying real low. Nice, soft strokes. You don't have to be aggressive on the scalp. You don't want to irritate the skin, and you also don't want to create another problem for yourself. So I'm light strokes. The clippers are sharp, so you don't have to be extra and be too aggressive. I just stretch the skin with the top left hand, which is my thumb pretty much, and I'm basically just taking those strokes to get their hair out. Okay, so now you see me switch to my cordless wall seniors only because my battery was low on my Magic Clip. No big difference. I'm basically still cleaning up. After this, I'm going to come with my Slimline Pro Li Andes and basically just clean that bottom line out. Whatever you put the line in with, you can take it out with. I'm going to turn the clippers reverse and I'm going to basically light flick, like feather type motion to get that line out. I'm not creating a new line, a new issue. I'm just going to take it out. See, I'm just flicking it. I might rotate it here, I might not, I don't remember, but basically I'm just flicking that line out to give it a nice smooth blend. So that way, yeah, I see right there, I reversed it like a tiger claw type man. And basically when I debulk that top line and fade it in, it's going to be such a flush fade. I promise you, I'm gonna let a warm rag on there to lay that hair down. Trust me, you guys are going to love it. So just watch me and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so now I'm back with my 1.5 on my walls Magic Clip. Just rotating the lever, trying to figure out what's comfortable for the situation, and I'm just debulking. It's very important with 4C hair, as with any other type of hair, you want to control the hair and debulk before you fade. Because if I start fading right away with my 1/16 or my masters all the way open, it's going to be a high possibility that I can gap the hair. Sometimes when your fade doesn't come out smooth and you're wondering what's going on, just remember, debulk first. The thinner that hair, that section of hair that you have to fade, the easier and smoother that blend is going to be. So after I debulk, what I'm going to do now is take my 1/16 on my masters, and now I'm starting to fade. Light, smooth strokes. Still using my comb right now because I want that hair to lay down. I want it to find the pattern that it naturally grows in, and I'm gonna keep that hair gapped. It's hard to do that with a brush because a brush sometimes can lay the hair in a wave type pattern. Even if it grows in the wave type pattern, that comb stretches those waves, if that makes sense. So right now, that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to work that out. You guys watch, and I'll be back in a second. Now, see, right now I'm just laying the hair down. I'm training the hair because I'm going to come back with my warm rag and lay the hair down. It's very important. It's just all about steps. Find your system, find what works best for you, and just remember the basics. There's no haircut you can't conquer if you have steps in the system, okay? So you guys watch, and I'll be back soon. Okay, I came back much sooner than I thought I would, but so now you see I have my brush, sanitized brush, and I have my one on my walls. Why do I have that? Okay, so now that the hair is lower, I can start to brush and train, and I'm debulking with my walls to come back with my masters with my guard off to finish that fade off. So now I'm brushing to start to lay that hair down. The comb was to stretch that hair out. The brush will lay the hair down. My 1/16 is essentially debulking for my one on my walls. Hope that makes sense. And I'm still laying the hair down, you guys. So like I said, once you find a system, I promise you'll be unbeatable. It's all about technique. Whether, when I train my kids, to when I cut hair, to whatever I do in life, it's all about technique. Everything has a rhythm, okay? So you guys watch, and I'll be back soon. Now we're going to see why that one was so important on the walls, right? So look, now I'm using my 1/16. And if you watch as I'm fading with my 1/16, I don't have much bulk. So now I can just fade without the worry of gapping. The thinner the hair and the less the hair in that area, it's the less likely chance that I'll gap them. So now I can just fade. I can hit my spots. You see I'm using my corner, I'm brushing as I go without all that thick hair to stand in my way. It's all about just technique, okay? I follow my rhythm. If I ever get lost or get to a panic, I take a step back. So don't ever think you're just gonna go through this one smooth time and get it. It's all about finding your method, sticking to it even when you're lost. Coming back to your notes. It's all about your notes, okay? So I'm hitting with the corner. I'm stretching the skin from the bottom now because I'm fading over the top. If that makes sense. Now I'm stretching the top because I'm coming up. If that makes sense. Now I'm back at the bottom again. So you guys watch it a few times and you'll see what I mean, okay? Now, reverse tiger claw. I'm still getting that line. I'm hitting a few spots. And it's just different methods. It's a million different ways to skin a cat, okay? No right, no wrong. Just watch your areas, okay? I'll be back in a little. Alrighty, so now it's time for the warm rag. Very important with this type of hair texture and when he has hair that long for so long. Warm rag for 15 to 20 seconds, you could do 30. It softens up the hair cuticles, the outermost layer of the hair shaft, and it'll make it more trainable. So when I lay it down after that warm rag and put the gel on for the edge up, or however you do it, it's much more smooth. The hair can revert back to just laying down like, oh, okay, it's a shock. Now it's flat, it's laying to the scalp instead of wanting to stand up, which is what it's been used to. Taking a little bit of natural almond oil, raw, unrefined, and I'm just laying the hair down, give it a nice shine type luster. And it's also good minerals for the hair. I think it has vitamin E or C, I can't remember. Don't quote me, please don't. I'm gonna go brush and lay the hair back down, okay? Now it's time for the edge up. Okay, so usually when I edge up, I go straight into the razor, but for tutorial purposes, I'll come with the edges first. Russ has kind of a thin type of hair. He has a very narrow corner, so I don't want to stretch it back. I'm basically going to tap it with those edges to give me an outline. I just come back with the razors and knock off those stubbles. He has a pretty good natural edge, so I don't have to do much work or refining to it. So I just hit what's already there. He has a swirl in the top middle. And I just I watch how I hit that. I go against the grain in the middle of his forehead, and I'm just hitting those hairs that hang over. I don't want to take it back. I want to keep it nice and natural. If you see there, he has this kind of a swirl cowlick right there, and I pull the forehead down so I can grab those hairs. Another easy technique, what you guys can do is take spritz to stiffen the hair before you edit. All right, so I'm about to finish this up and show you the finished product, and I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions or anything you want to see, just hit me in the comments. Hit me on Instagram at DWright04. And I hope you guys enjoy. Go wish my boy Russ luck, man. I'm that Nike is his Instagram name. He's a super athlete. See you guys.